Well, good evening and a very warm welcome back to the Czech Republic. Hradec Králové here in the Czech Republic. We are getting ready to watch Hungary and Spain, the last game of the day here in this wonderful city here in Group A. And it's, well, Spain need no introduction, certainly a team that one of the real powerhouses for more than a decade, really. It's incredible. It goes all the way back. Remembering a long way back for some of these players. We'll talk more about that, but Belarus and Italy winning big early. Turkey, boy, they were impressive. And Ukraine got on top of the Czech Republic early on and won their game. So here's how it stands so far. Or excuse me, this is the rankings of the teams in Group A. Spain, then the Czech Republic, Ukraine, Hungary. But I think you kind of know that that doesn't really mean that much right now. A lot of those results, the past results that go into those rankings, Ukraine were far better than the Czech Republic in their meeting that we just witnessed. So it's been an interesting day. Perhaps the Czech Republic a little bit stunned tonight. And now it's time we expect a little Spanish fiesta, although maybe a little bit of Hungarian goulash will be served up that isn't to their liking. I'm Jeff Taylor, joined once again by Shona Thorburn. And you know what, we're at the start of a tournament, Shona, but we know that these are all very important games. Spain, such prohibitive favorites tonight that really Hungary can't really be a loser tonight, can they?
No, you know, I think for Hungary, it's a matter of proving to the rest of the people who are watching that they can play and you know, compete. I don't think anyone expects them to win, so as long as they can compete tonight, that's going to be fine.
But you never know. I mean, basketball is a 40-minute game, and strange things happen. Hungary have not come here to lose this game tonight. They've come to the EuroBasket Women to win the title. If they don't have that mindset, then they shouldn't be here. So Stefan Svitek, the coach, will hope that he gets some great play from his players, but without question, these Spanish fans know that their team, coached by Lucas Mandelo, and a team that has just kind of skyrocketed in popularity. In Spain, so much media attention around them, just like the men's team. It's going to be very difficult for Hungary against them. If you go back and you look at all the success that Spain has had, say, that involves these players, particularly Laia Palau, went back to that third-place team that had that great come-from-behind win over Poland to qualify for the Olympics. That was back in 2003. Remember, they went to the Olympics in Athens. Then you look at 2007 at the EuroBasket Women in Chieti. They finished runners-up. Amaya Baldomoro was the MVP of that tournament. There you see Stefan Svitek looking out. You look at Spain, third place at the 2010 FIBA Women's Basketball World Cup. They've just moved from strength to strength all those years. Gold medal winners as well. And the EuroBasket Women 2013. We'll talk more about their success and about Hungary after the national anthem right now for Spain. The national anthem for Hungary. Well, we certainly talked down Hungary's chances early, but if you look back at last year, 5-1 in the qualifying. This was an impressive display by Hungary, finishing above the Slovak Republic, who we've also watched today. Iceland and Portugal were also in that group. So, Iceland and Portugal, I'm sure they've got some good games, but those aren't going to be firehouses. So you don't want to read too much into that 5-1 record. But nevertheless, you know what? They bounced back from the disappointment of not doing well as one of the host nations in 2015 by qualifying once again. Spain, on the other hand, they finished 4-0. And as you look at the referees tonight, Kozlanskis there, the Latvian, Marucha of Greece as well.
I really like those new Nike outfits that they have.
Yes, you do, Shona.
I'm jealous of all the volunteers I see walking around in their Nike swags.
Well, you can always get into refereeing if your basketball playing career winds to a close. Spain's roster, Lucas Mandela, the coach. It's a who's who list of players. Sancho Lou was the MVP of EuroBasket 2013. She's back after the injury which ruled her out of the Olympics last year. Laura Nichols, Alba Torres, Laia Palau, Anna Cruz. I mean, you're talking about 5. I mean, Laura Nichols probably doesn't get the credit that she deserves. You're talking about almost 5 superstars there, the way things have panned out. So for Stefan Svitek's Hungary side here, Pekranecki, Sofia Pekranecki up at the top there. She really needs to provide some leadership. She's played in a lot what might we expect from Dora Medjesi, who played for that Hungarian 3x3 European Championship team? Well, gosh, you know what? She's going to be the starting lineup tonight. So Fegrenecki, Simon, Medjesi, Krivocevic, and Negibujoso. Krivocevic, a lot depended on her down the low post. And don't forget, they've got the big girl coming off the bench, Bernadette Hattar. Now, here is who we want to highlight, Courtney Vandersloot and Laya Palau. When you have a player like Vandersloot, you know, some interesting things can happen here. And perhaps, you know, she is A-star quality. She's their naturalized player. They used to have Alex Quigley, now it's Courtney Vandersloot. And for Laya Palau, she will go down as a legend. She has been there for all the time she's there.
She is already a legend.
A living legend.
A living legend. And even when she retires, everyone, you think about basketball and women's basketball, and you mentioned Laya Palau, everyone from around the world knows who she is.
And part of that reason is because she seems to play everywhere. But Stefan Spitek, the Hungarian coach, she's going to play in Australia next year. She's been a star here in the Czech Republic with Prague. She's played at Bourges, she's played in Spain, she's played in Valencia, where I live, she's played
in Poland. She has played all over in her career.
Yeah. So Vandersloot, though, you never know. She could end up being the best player on the court tonight. I mean, she is that good. So we've got a real treat in store for tonight. And Alba Torrens obviously needs no introduction. Anna Cruz, who can forget the shot that she hit at the end of the quarterfinal win over Turkey last year at the Olympics. I mean, she just kind of took over the game.
I know Turkey haven't forgot that shot.
No, maybe they'll play again, and the only difference, well, there'll be some big differences. There'll be some players missing from the Turkey team and some players missing for the Spain team as well. And also they'll have Sancho Little this time. Spain, though, remembering the EuroBasket Women disappointment of 2011 where they didn't get to the quarterfinals, anything can happen. So they will be ready. So welcome, folks, to the Czech Republic. Again, Hradec Králové here. It's the last game of the day here. And it's Group A. And it's Spain taking on Hungary. Medjesi outguarding Palau. Nichols, who just has that's one of the assets really with her being out there. She's got a nice stroke.
Yeah, you know, and you look at Nichols, and Nichols more of a role player.
And now the turnover into the hands of Cruz and Alba Torrens, who's worth the price of admission.
She's been European Player of the Year before. You know, there's not much about Alba's game that you can't say she's amazing at. But speaking about Nichols, I think she's a great role player for this team. But you know what? They leave her open. She can knock those shots down.
Yes, she can. Now foul called on the reach. No question about it. I'm sure that Laya Palau has a few fans here in the Czech Republic. They'll be rooting her on. Big part of Prague's success. Fegrenecki. And Simon misses the long one. Sancho Little gets it to Alba Torrens. Now Cruz has the ball knocked away. Well read. And Medjesi has it down low, passes it back outside. Negibujoso. And Simon is very active down low, number 7. Medjesi now. And Krivocevic. And the ball goes out of bounds. And Svitek is arguing it should be his team's ball.
I think Laya Palau might have got away with a little bit of a hold underneath the basket there. It's a veteran move. She knows where the refs are. She knows no one's going to see that.
Now the pass to Sancho Little. She catches it, passes to Nichols after drawing the double team, and it's like a layup drill. I tell you, you know, you watch Spain, and they play the type of basketball that people want to come and watch. And that's why you see so many fans in here. So feel for this game. They are fun to watch. Simon at the free throw line. Now Cruz out on the wing. Torrens at the free throw line is good, and Spain starting like a house on fire. They're up 8-0.
And you know what? I haven't even seen them on an offense yet. They're just kind of playing at this moment.
Simon right at the free throw line, and she hits it. So that totally will calm the nerves of the Hungarians. Wide open, Laya Palau. And even though Krivicevich had position, she wasn't able to get the rebound. Little collecting it. Now Nichols. And Little was able to save it again to Palau. Nichols gets it again. And it's almost like a replay of the Ukraine game that we just watched, with them getting so many offensive rebounds against the Czech Republic. So Medjesi comes out. And look at the replay of that foul on Krivicevich. Look how cool Sanchez is. She brings the D. Nichols goes in with an easy layup. Courtney Vandersloot has checked into the game. And she comes up with her first steal. One word comes to mind while watching Courtney Vandersloot. It is slick. She looks good out there. Now Krivicevich is going to go right at Nichols, and she's going to score.
That was a great, strong move. And she has a height advantage, and she needs to be that aggressive every day, every game, every shot.
And now the miss, and into the hands of Simon. Vandersloot back outside. Krivicevich. Simon. And Simon was trying to get it, but Anna Cruz read the pass, forced the turnover, and then Laya Palau's pass a little too far in front or a little too low for all the Torrens. Spain want to run at every opportunity.
They want to run at every opportunity, and they're fast. They are fast from every position. They're just going to push it.
Spain already with 3 turnovers, and Hungary with 2. You can see in that graphic. And Krivicevich, she was short. Why in that situation would you not? She already had success down low once.
Tallest player on the court, you want her inside the key. You want her inside the key making moves.
I mean, you could argue she wants to pull Little away from the basket, but...
Fair enough. But you know...
Is that really her game?
Yeah, exactly. If you're playing with a post that big, you want them inside the key.
Santo Little. And Krivicevich has the foul called on her. You played in the last 2 Olympics for Canada. When you look at Spain, I mean, obviously the USA right now are just in a different league. Did you get the feeling that Spain kind of established themselves as the second best team in the world?
Yeah, I think they have. You know, I really think that 2011 hiccup, it was a hiccup, and they've learned from it. But I think if they were in London, they would have had a good chance of a medal as well. That's how good they are. And they're a team who, every tournament they go to, they expect to get a medal now. That's how good they are.
I mean, you look at the FIBA, the Spanish Basketball Federation, and how they approach their development and their youth national teams, they are pretty much the model, aren't they?
Yeah, they are.
For every federation out there.
They really are. You know, these kids at a young age, they go into the training centers around Spain and develop their game, and then they've got a great youth you know, development throughout the national team program, and they're successful at the young ages as well, and that's why their senior team is doing so well.
And what's really interesting is Hatar picks up her first foul, and you can notice that she's a big girl. She's out there. Maybe she's a player with a lot of promise for Hungary. Spain are so good that they would cut a player like Lucia Pasqua before this tournament. You know, competition for places. And I know that before the EuroBasket Women 2013, Anna Cruz got cut. She didn't make it. So there's real competition for places for all of these players.
There really is, and that's why you have to be good. You have to come in. You have to have a good training camp to be able to make the Spanish roster.
Now Laya Palau, coach on the floor, hands it back off to Nichols. And Hatar with the rebound. And Pegranetti brings it up the floor. And eventually it was blocked by Laura Nichols.
You know, for those ice hockey fans who are watching, Vandersloot played at the University of Gonzaga, where John Stockton played. For NBA fans, obviously played at the Utah Jazz his entire career, and he went to Gonzaga, so he's a big person around that program. And he described her game like Wayne Gretzky's.
No kidding.
We're Canadian, also.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
You know, he is the great one. If you say the great one, that's Wayne Gretzky.
Sylvia Dominguez has come into the game. You know, as a Canadian, I knew that you were going to bring in some type of ice hockey lesson somewhere along the line. And you wasted no time this time. But we are in an arena where they also play that. But right now, it's all about basketball in Spain, and despite that really strong start by Spain, they're only up 10-4. So Hungary
they're
trying
sticking
to
around.
stay in striking distance. Sancho Little takes the jumper, and she is fouled by Hatar. That aspect of Sancho Little's game has gotten better the longer that she's been in the game.
And Sancho Little's always been able to knock down that jump shot. You know, ever since she came over and started playing in Europe, she's been able to make that jump shot. So that's something you really have to guard, which is tough because she's the one setting the screen and doing a short little roll to the elbow. So you're worried about, obviously, the offensive threats of Anna Cruz, Sylvia Dominguez, but then you have your post who you're guarding, who's popping, just as big of a threat. So what do you do?
Speaking of Little, you know, she didn't play last year because she was injured. She got injured in preparation, so that was a real blow for her. You can see that Hungary haven't scored since 6:41 here in the game. But you played with Sancho Little as a teammate, right?
Yeah, I had an opportunity playing with her in the Spanish League in Ibiza.
So where has she changed in that time? That was, what, about 8 years ago?
Yeah, a little bit longer. Let's not mention how long. Well, she has a Spanish passport now.
Well, so that's changed a lot.
No, honestly, her game, she was always athletic, so she could jump. She was very, very fast for a 5. But she's just became a great shooter. She's so much smarter as a player. You know, she understands her opponents. And I think, you know, she had a great year. It was 2007 in Ibiza. And she just gained this confidence, and her game just started to elevate ever since then.
She was like I remember she was the best player in the Liga Femenina one year. I think she was voted the best player.
Yep.
And that was when that league was considered one of the best, obviously, which is why you were there.
Yeah, it really was. You know, you had Salamanca win the Euro League 1 year, and then the following year Valencia wins it. It's a pretty good league.
Nice throw from the free throw line by Cindy. So she comes off the bench and brings a little bit. Hungary, you know, they're hanging in there.
Around.
And don't forget, I think a lot of people are pointing to that pivotal game tomorrow between Hungary and the Czech Republic. And Hatar reaches up and makes a nice steal. Now, Vandersloot hands it off. And the shot comes Zaylee just a little bit too hard.
Yeah, I think she expected the Spanish defense to kind of come and collapse on her, and she was going to be able to kick it to a shooter in the corner, but they didn't.
Now Laura Gill gets inside. Laura Gill. She's almost a lock to make Lucas Mondelo's team. That's for sure. Looking for the advantage. Knock it away. Go all the way in and put it up. She's a baller.
She is a baller. She is, you know, this year she won the Euro Cup championship. She won the Turkish League, and averaging 15 points a game. I mean, you can't really, you have to respect her from everywhere.
It's interesting in terms of naturalized players. Hungary have their slot for a point guard. Spain have their slot on a low post player.
Yeah, you know, I think it's just what you need. You go
exactly.
after, right? And you want to make sure they're a scorer either way. Sancho's a scorer. Courtney Vandersloot's a scorer.
And now it's interesting with Little out. You wonder if Qatar might perhaps get some opportunities on offense. Look at Laura Gill, stick her hand in there and knock that ball away. It's the little things that she does that make her so important to Spain. The hustle plays.
And you know what? Spain has enough superstars. They need role players, and that's exactly what Laura Gill is.
And Alba Torres strokes the three-pointer, and that's how costly that turnover is. That is just 3 points for Spain. And that's what drives you nuts if you're a coach.
Yes. You have a turnover, it leads to 3 points.
Vandersloot again, but she's called for palming, carrying. So back to that point about Spain and the USA, do you think that Spain shortened the gap on the USA at all? Or do you think they just kind of established themselves as the second best team?
It's so hard. I mean, you look at the U.S.
Dominguez. Martin guy who's in, knocks it out of bounds.
Oh, we have both refs pointed two different directions.
So they're going to talk about it. And Spain also finished runners-up in 2014 at the Women's World Cup.
Yeah.
The USA. So
they did, and you know, sorry, going on about the U.S., they're just so talented. And it's not, you know, maybe you can kind of compete with the first 5, the first 6,
yeah.
And then the U.S. is second line. You know, the 5 people, the 5 last people sitting on the bench are.
It's an all-star team.
Yeah. So, you know, maybe you can compete for a little bit, but eventually they're just going to wear you down.
Yeah.
You know, who knows? You shut down a Diana Taurasi. You slow down a Brittany Griner. You know, you keep Sue Bird in check. Lindsay Whalen, you know, you take her out of her game. But guess what? They have Maya Moore. They have Simone Augustus. I mean, we can go on. They have Gilliquay. They have Charles. They have so many people that they can select from. Elena Del Don.
They're so good that Candice Parker didn't even make the team last time. So that's incredible, isn't it?
The MVP of the WNBA.
So the bump by Vandersloot on Dominguez as she tries to push it up the floor. Hungary have I think they've done an excellent job of keeping within striking distance. Obviously, at this rate, they'd lose by 32 points by the end of the game, but the danger when you play Spain is that they can jump out of the game quickly. And it looked like they might just do that. But still the lead in single digits. And I just wonder with the Czech Republic if they've got the advantage watching this game. Does that matter at all?
You know, their coach is watching, that's for sure. I think maybe some of the players have tuned in on TV back at the hotel. And, you know, maybe you watch it and you say, you know, we had a tough day today, but we can beat this Hungary team.
Vandersloot inside now, Megan Bujuso. And now look at really getting on the ground for it. And now, referees call timeout. 9 seconds on the shot clock. Goes to the commissioner's table. And are they talking about the shot clock not be reset or something? Or?
I think maybe they were trying to say Spain had possession, then it was a turnover, and I don't know if they think it's 24 seconds. Or, oh, they're saying it didn't hit the rim.
Okay, so they're saying, yeah, the violation. And now Svitek is going to go over and question. Those are the types of things that give you gray hair as well as a coach. Svitek, he should have more gray hairs than he has. Now Torrance, she's just beautiful to watch, but she misses. Loud Gill again. Courtney Vandersloot trying to get a steal. Negative Gisso gets a foot on it.
You know, it's a 10-point game, but Hungary haven't backed down.
No, they have not. Final 8 seconds of the first quarter. Dominguez over to Gill. She's left open. And Dominguez gets it. She got it off in time, but she missed it. So at the end of one quarter, Spain, not surprisingly on top, but Hungary fighting, keeping it, staying within striking distance. They're only trailing 18-8. So Hungary have only attempted 1-3, Spain 1 of 4. The big difference is Spain have been able to get to the line. Hungary haven't.
No, so you know Hungary needs to look at that and say we need to be a little bit more aggressive.
Yes, folks, as you look at the highlights here, you might hear some piano playing in the background.
I love it.
Yeah.
I think it's great.
It's kind of like almost expect Humphrey Bogart to walk in any second now. Okay, so Sancho Little, that was, for me, fantastic from her. And what can Hungary take from that first quarter? I think they can say, hey, we can play with these guys.
I think they're looking at it and they're saying, okay, you know what, we're only down 10. We didn't play a great quarter. You know, they had some bad turnovers, unforced turnovers, that's what we like to call them. And so I think you look at it and you say, hey, you know what, we're okay. We're down 10, we're still playing with them, that was a bad quarter. We need to find our rhythm, we need to calm down a little bit and see where the game goes. They really have nothing to lose.
They haven't looked out of place to me.
No.
I mean, the only thing they got to do is, just like what we were talking about with the Czechs, they have got to rebound the basketball. If you stop Spain, you got to rebound. And I know there are a couple sequences there where they gave away, or even after a turnover, which leads to a three-pointer. That's where Spain can really hurt you. So Majesi comes back out, the 3x3 European champion from Hungary. Number 3x3 is going to be an Olympic sport. They just determined that'll be coming up at the next Olympics. Pass inside. Krivicevich gets the rebound and draws the foul, but he will go back up. So we were talking about taking care of the defensive board. At that time, Krivicevich does a good job on the offensive board. Our guy that reached in and knocked it out of her hands.
Oh, I think that might have been a foul. You know, traditionally having played against Spain many times, they never think they foul. Yeah. Never.
She makes both and gets it back to an 8-point game. Now Torrance drives in, puts up a layup, misses, and that was a lazy attempt from Alba Torrance.
Yeah, that's not really typical. I think maybe she was thinking about the pass and then realized, oh, I need to take it for myself.
Fedronecki. Shot clock winding down, and she stepped on the out-of-bounds line. Albertorin's out on the wing, standing right in front of Lucas Mondello.
Good defense.
Bounce pass.
What a great defense.
And Jesse reaches in, and now the foul called on Laura Nichols. And that's 2 fouls on Nichols. Right now, it's far from comfortable for Spain. Because Hungary are putting their nose where it's not wanted right now. Now Leonor Rodriguez has checked in for Spain. And here she is, perhaps.
Maybe she didn't think she was going to go in. She had to take her earrings out.
She has the reputation as being a long-range marksman, or being a markswoman. She can really knock down the three-point shot.
She's a great young player for Spain. You know, I think they have her here. She was there last year, and they're trying to develop her. And
that time, terrific move. I've been impressed as well by Simon, who she plays fast.
That was a great take. Maybe she was looking and saying, "Oh, I can take this rookie off the dribble."
Well, she did take her. She blew past her. So she's looked pretty good. And that gets back to a 7-point deficit. She's a veteran. Budapest born, one of my favorite cities. Played with Georg this season. It was very important, where she averaged 5 points, in fact, in the qualification round. So not that many, but she does a lot of things to help you win games. Now Fedronecki goes up, did not bring that ball down. Leonor Rodriguez took it away. Fedronecki should have done better there. Now let's see if it costs them. And look at Laura Gill. She goes up and kind of sandwiched by 2 Hungarian players, including Majesi. She is fouled by Majesi.
You know, talking about Leo Rodriguez, she's one of the very few Spanish players who takes her game over to the U.S. and goes to school there. You know, she had a pretty good career at Florida State, and you don't see a lot of the Spanish players doing that.
There's Laya Palau. He puts it in. In fact, they've got another one, Leticia Romero, who's also at Florida State right now.
Yeah, clearly Florida State says, we have a pipeline, we're going to stick to it because these are great players.
Although I think she started at Kansas State.
Yeah, she did. I think she transferred when the coaching changes happened.
Yeah. And Romero is the type of player who might not play in the games for Spain, and then she'll play like a really important role in the next game. So she's kind of like a wild card to Lucas Mondello. Jesse, offensive foul, Rivacevic.
I think the veteran Laya Palau did a very good job of selling that.
Negative with you, so sorry. Sanchez also into the game, number 28. She was one of the last players to really have her spot confirmed in the roster. Look at Torrens. And Rodriguez passes back to Torrens just to the nick of time. And I think they waited too long there, but she still got a good look and front and back of the rim and stayed out. Rivacevic.
Great defense.
Bounce pass, well read by Laya Palau. Now, this is where Torrens excels. Hands it off. And Leo missed that. Leo Rodriguez. That was great work from Torrens. Usually she'll take this on her own. But Figurnecki was right in front of her, and she decided to pass it. It surprised me.
Yeah, I think maybe she's just trying to get her teammates involved.
Yeah, I think so. Kubicevic takes the handoff. Now she turns it over, and now Sancho Little is going to hustle the ball down and go up and score. And this is where Spain kills you. They kill you when you turn the ball over.
Fast break points. You want to have a chance against Spain, you have to slow their game down.
Shinon gets in, tries to go right at, it does go right at Little, but has the shot blocked. I'm not sure if it was by Little or Sanchez. And a foul. So Negi Budosa.
You know, you're watching this game, you're saying, oh, Hungary's kind of had a couple bad possessions. They're still only down 10. Like, Spain has not blown it open yet.
I don't think that'll worry Spain either.
I mean, a win's a win, right?
Yeah, but I mean, I think their constant pressure will probably start to tell as the game wears on. Figurnecki picks up her first foul. Moves back in the game, and she puts up a little baseline runner. And Little's pass goes out of bounds. I want Cruz to turn it up a notch. I picked her to be the MVP of the tournament.
You did?
I haven't seen too much on her tonight.
I mean, she's very capable. We still have a lot of time left, so.
Yes. Just only 15 minutes, nearly 15 minutes into the EuroBasket Women for Spain, so still plenty of time. Now Courtney Vandersloot brings them a little bit more capabilities. That time got into a difficult spot. And then quickly, Rodriguez on the fast break. Mary Mondello is going to appreciate how she ran the floor that time. But also, that was a nice pass. I think by Cruz.
They are just so dangerous in the fast break.
But what you have to like is also how Laya Palau triggered that break. Little got it, short little pass to Palau, and she passed it to,
that's a Cruz, I think.
Cruz at midcourt. Then just immediately whipped.
Did they even dribble the ball once? I don't think they did. So do you know how fast you can get the ball down the court if you don't pass, if you don't dribble?
Very fast. So they haven't scored since the 8:30 mark in the second quarter.
Next. Hey,
so it's about 3 minutes and 10 seconds. That's a little bit of a drought.
Defense. Let's try a little bit 2-3 zone.
Sort of get the same feeling with how this game is kind of unfolding. You remember how Slovakia got behind Turkey, and they might go on a little bit of a run, but they can only take that run so far before Spain then hit a couple of shots.
Yeah, and you know, when you're playing a team that does have more talent than you do, and obviously has a lot more confidence just because of what they have done in the past, that's what good teams do. You can go on your run. Basketball's a game of runs. You know, even if you're a more skilled team, the better team, the team that's supposed to win, the other team's always going to go on a run. But the really good teams know how to stop that run very fast, recompose, you know, call a play, or get a fast break, get an easy basket, and that's what Spain does great.
So Rodriguez gets the and one, and all of a sudden they're up by 13 points.
Spain in a little bit of a zone, full court zone press.
Vandersloot pulls up right at the free throw line, a little bit too hard. That didn't look good for Hungary, like they didn't know how to attack it. Out to Laya Palau. She's going to hear about that one. She only makes the incredible shots.
The incredible shots. The shots when, you know, you don't expect anyone to make them, she does. How many times has she done that in her career?
A lot. I remember the very first game at the Olympics in 2004 on her first Olympic appearance against the Czechs. Hit that long three to force overtime, right at the buzzer. She also hit some half-court shots, beyond half-court shots. Oh, beautiful play.
And great movement off the dribble.
I think even Mandela was applauding that. And that was a reach and a foul by David. Got her on the left arm. That's bad. That's 3 fouls on a player. They simply have to have on the court. There's no doubt that it was a foul.
Oh yeah, it was absolutely a foul. You know what? I don't mind Coach Spedic going to a zone here though, just to try to mix things up, see if Spain's going to, knock down some outside shots. I think that's what you have to do against a good team. You kind of have to throw different kinds of defenses at them. One thing is not going to work for the entire 40 minutes, so you have to be able to go to other kinds of defenses, other kinds of ways to slow a great team like Spain down.
Capitalizes, making both free throws. Pulls up at the line. That looks good. She's made a couple of nice plays now, 2 straight times on the floor.
She has. She was a passer, facilitator the first time, and then this time she knocks down the 2-pointer.
Sanchez finds Rodriguez, who takes a shot to the nose. I think on the knee from
Anna Cruz.
Oh no, it is Cruz. Excuse me. Rodriguez out of the game now. Probably glad that wasn't her. Did she go off the knee?
The knee or the hip?
So Rexani called for the foul, and Anna Cruz gets to go to the line. This is where it all starts. Her run for the MVP.
You jinxed her.
She missed the first free throw. She was dazed by the knock on the nose. Now she's going to collect herself. Bends the knees and gets her first point of 2017. So back up to a 12-point lead, and Vandersloot looks up the floor. Tatar comes up and sets the pick for Vandersloot. They get it out and to the corner. Dele misses. Tatar kept it alive. Ball goes off of Spain.
She is so tall, eh?
She is.
I'm not sure she even jumped. She just got her hands up and, she kept that ball alive. That's what you're supposed to do if you can't pull down the rebound.
We gets that one. Now Tegrenecki pulls up for the short jumper, and Dele did a good job of wrestling for the rebound there with Placentia little wanted. Traveling. Is so upset that he's going to go sit down on the bench. And now they've been warned. The Hungarian bench, if it happens again, they can call it technical. Reaction. It was a bit of an odd play there. So 2:49 remaining. Jargai again has the ball intercepted by Vandersloot, who clearly knows what the Spaniards are doing. And that interception is going to get Jargai guy out of the game, and she's going to be replaced right immediately.
Yeah, that was a quick little break for Cruz.
I think Mandela needs to make the point, doesn't he? If you don't make smart plays, you're not going to play.
And now she's going to get another foul to our guy. So she's having a rough game right now.
See, she goes for the hustle. Vandersloot again, making both plays.
You know, they're still not going away.
No, absolutely not. But that is 2 quick plays, and hopefully you can read those from what Char guys is saying.
But you know, like we mentioned earlier, Hungary has nothing to lose. Every game there's pressure on Spain, because if you ask most people, I think they would say Spain should win this tournament. That's a lot of pressure going into a tournament.
It is. Haley puts it on the ground, goes right at Sanchez Little. Hattar follows it up, and she was fouled by Sanchez. At the line. And again, can get it to single digits, but puts it up a little bit too hard off the back of the rim.
You know, we're talking about how tall she is. She's 208 centimeters. So for those of us who, you know, the North Americans checking in, it's 6'10". And she can move. She's mobile.
And she gets up and down. I mean,
she
can tell
does.
that she can work on her strength a little bit. But you can't have always.
Can you imagine being that height and having to do a squat? It's a long way you got to go down.
You almost wonder why she just can't post up and catch it and shoot it, turn and shoot it.
She's still respectively young. She's 23 years old.
Oh, nice play from Cruz.
Cruz is starting to go off.
Takes it back up to 11. Yeah, 23 years old. Hattar has a promising future, perhaps. Here she is. Hands it off. So Shimon. Now Vandersloot. Probes. Notice the Czar guys went back in there, by the way. Now out of Gill. And over to Anna Trud. Look at Vandersloot get in there and keep that ball alive. They retired her number at Gonzaga.
You know, she only graduated a few years ago, right?
All right,
4 years ago, so maybe.
Oh, look at Hattar catch it and shoot it. And does that play happen if Sancho Little's out there?
Maybe against a Hattar? Yeah, it does. She is that tall. You can throw the ball that much higher, and maybe just out of the reach of Sancho Little's hands. But it's a great pass.
It's a 9-point deficit. A big part of the game for Hungary here. They have a chance to get even closer. They got the rebound. And they get another basket. They can pull to within 7, or maybe knock in a 3. They go to halftime trailing by just 6 points. Well, that would be a victory in itself. They would have won this quarter. Vandersloot, a little bit too short now. Alba Torrens, I think Vandersloot's a little too fast. And Torrens puts it up. So Hungary's going to get some applause from the fans. As we've been saying, they've been keeping it close, and I think they're much better, certainly than I expected.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think we have seen the, you know, silver medal Olympic team of Spain yet. It is just their first game, and they can play better. We all know that.
What about those stats? What does it tell you from Spain? I mean, just 1 of 9 from 3. Hungary not shooting any threes.
You know, 9 offensive rebounds for Spain. That's what's kind of keeping them in the game. 12 and 9 turnovers. That's a lot. 9 turnovers, in my opinion, is actually a lot from Spain. They're a good team. They have great guards. who know how to control the tempo, control the game. So I'm surprised they have 9 turnovers.
So we were at halftime of the final game of the day, and we got ourselves a good one here. Spain leading it 30-21 over Hungary. Well, folks, 30-21 is the lead for Spain over Hungary, and I think it's been an interesting game. The main thing that I've been most interested in, Shona, has been how Hungary has looked like they have a real idea of how they want to attack, how they want to play, how they want to control Spain when possible. I didn't expect this because I didn't really get to watch them play when they hosted the EuroBasket. I was in Moravia watching those games, and obviously Hungary played their group games, and they look a much better team than I anticipated.
Yeah, and you know, they're only down 9 and they have 12 turnovers. So you imagine maybe, you know, they limit a few of those turnovers, 4 or 6 turnovers. Those are shots, those are more opportunities. I'm a little surprised that they're 0 for 1 from 3. I thought they had some 3-point shooters on their team, and especially when Spain went to zone for a while there, and they didn't even really look at outside shots. So I don't know if they're thinking about attacking and just trying to.
Maybe they're supremely confident in their offensive sets, and they think that they can go get the ball inside. Just trying to remember when they played a couple years ago at the EuroBasket Women, the Hungarian women. We'll go back and tell you how that unfolded, because obviously both Romania and Hungary were the co-hosts, and neither of them made much of an impact. It wasn't really a surprise either, because I mean neither was highly rated at the time. But Hungary finished 17th and Romania 19th out of the 20 teams.
Yeah, that's disappointing from both the co-host nations.
And in the final, just trying to think, in the final round, Hungary started. Let's see, they lost to Sweden 72-63. That was on day 2 of the event. Hungary lost to Lithuania 72-66. So to be fair, those weren't blowouts. And then they played Spain and lost 69-46. And basically, and then they took on the Slovak Republic, and they did beat the Slovak Republic by 12, 86-74. And then in the second round, obviously that wasn't good enough to progress. So really, Spain were the only team that really laid the wood to them the last time.
Yeah, so they clearly have the talent, because they're not getting blown out right now. I think Vandersloot obviously has the ability to go off after seeing what she has done in Europe. I'm a little bit more surprised about Spain right now and how they're playing. I think they have 9 turnovers. That's very uncharacteristic. Sylvia Dominguez has 3 of those. I don't think I've ever seen her with 3 turnovers.
Another point, they made 15 3-pointers a couple years ago, and 13 of those were by Ali Quigley and Anna Vida, neither of whom are here tonight.
Yeah.
So maybe they just feel like they're playing to the strength of their roster. Anyway, second half action underway here in the Czech Republic between Spain and Hungary. And an offensive rebound to start things off for Spain and Sancho Little. And as it usually does, it ends up with second chance points.
I mentioned earlier in a tweet, I said, my pick for one of the most important naturalized players is Sancho Little.
Oh, well, there's no question. That's an easy one, though. I guess you kind of forget that she's naturalized since she's played for them for so long.
Yeah.
At least I do. Randall picks up the foul.
Does she speak Spanish yet?
Sancho Little. She has some lingo. Hey, it's not always easy to pick up these languages, trust me.
Oh, I know.
Okay, so Anna Cruz just inside the arc. Krivocevic with the rebound. Krivocevic actually was born in Serbia, but she is Hungarian. It's a border country of Serbia. They border each other. Tekvernecki hasn't really done too much offensively. The pass was out of bounds with 3.7 seconds on the shot clock. So they're going to have to rush up a shot here. Maggie Bujoso gets it. She's going to go right at Jargai, and she was able to get it to the rim.
But they had no one crashing the boards there. Everyone was running back because they were worried about Spain's fast break.
Yep, 2 points. Palau gets in the lane and has it taken away by Krivocevic. Krivocevic, a player with a lot of EuroLeague women experience. And the drive, and that time, Raksani kind of got into no man's land. Good quick hands that time from Vandersloot. Once again, she really reads those passes well, doesn't she? Gets her hand on them.
She really does. She reads the game offensively and defensively so well.
Cruz not shooting like the MVP I expected her to be in this tournament.
You know what? It's the first game. She can turn it around. She has time to turn it around this game. She has time to turn around in the following games.
So Tekranecki, I think, called for that foul. Yep, second foul on her. Here's Lai Palau. Good hands from Negi Bujoso. Now that is better from Cruz, but just a little bit short.
Marta Charagai with another kind of, you know, off-ball foul for her.
Vandersloot, shifty move from her. Looks like a player that has a good time playing. And Roxani, you saw that just as she released it. Marta Zargod popped her in the midsection. The Lai Palau does not shy away from contact.
No, she doesn't. And, you know, I think she knew she was going to get a foul then, but she decided, you know, I'm going to go for this reach. Maybe they won't call it. It'll lead to a steal.
Davichevich for three. Well, you know what? Now, early on, we were saying, why is she going up there? She should go underneath the basket.
That's why?
She had her feet set that time.
She did have her feet set. So, you know what? That was a good-looking shot. She has a great release, too, for a big person.
Back to an 8-point deficit for Hungary. Uh-oh.
Here you go.
Wide open. And Sancho Little. Offensive rebound.
But, you know, Cruz's shots, they have been on. If you've watched, they're kind of hitting back rim. They're rolling in and out. So they're good-looking shots. And they're going to fall eventually.
Vandersloot goes in. Obviously, the presence of Sancho Little effective. Now the turnover.
That was kind of a great job by the post player, Krivosevic, to just stick around, you know, annoy Lai Palau a little bit, and she forced a turnover.
Vandersloot. Krivosevic. Oh, nice idea. But Spain also read the play.
Yeah, if you know that pass had got through, I think that we might have got the crowd on their feet a little bit for that one. And you know, if you look at these stats from halftime, what actually surprises me the most is the bench points. Hungary has 13 and Spain only has 5. If before the game we're looking at these two teams and you're comparing stats and players, you would not have guessed that.
No, you're right. And Zorga fouled before by Roxania. And the other thing is, you know, tomorrow's game that has all the makings of the classic. I mean, the Czech Republic are going to have a real handful to win that game. On the evidence of what I've seen so far, this Hungary team might be better. There's Little at the line.
I think that earlier game is not a very good game to watch of the Czech and say, oh, this is how they play.
Yeah, that's true. They did say that home court pressure got to them. The coach did anyway after. And now Krivosevic. double foul. Foul called on Krivocevic. Now she's got 4. And Laura Nichols picks up her 3rd. So a double foul. So that's a worse foul.
But you know, those are 2 very important bigs.
I think this is a double foul, isn't it? Yeah, look. Yeah, it's a double foul, right?
Yeah.
But they didn't. So anyway, so Krivocevic sits down, picks up her 4th foul, and that's tough because she was playing well.
And Laura Nichols had 2 fouls, and now she has 3, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Torrens over to Cruz.
There you go.
Now quickly up it goes. This time it's Hungary on the break. And Laura Gill hustles down against the block. And David looks over at the referee and says, come on, call it.
That was a really good job of Laura Gill chasing down the big.
Yes.
Might have got away with a little bit of a foul.
Yeah.
I mean, she had ball along with shoulder, arm, body.
Hence the long look by the Hungary player. Dele. Now Simon, who was impressive in the first half. He's got some moves. Look at her.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that little crossover. Did she go up and down? Did she travel?
You know, she's not complaining, so I think she knows that she left the ground a little bit.
Yeah. I think she was complaining to her teammate for not moving to a certain spot.
Yeah, I think she was definitely looking for the pass.
Laya Palau. Here's Cruz. Nope, that's off to the right. Definitely got to work on that right wing shot. There's a couple that have looked exactly the same.
You know what I like, though? She's still shooting. Because she knows she's a shooter.
And now Laya Palau called for a foul. Perhaps that makes up for the other one. Watch this. Looked like, she just lost it.
Yeah. That just slipped through her hands.
And this just illustrates the point. We both felt like Daly got fouled by Laura Gill. And they don't call it. And they call that.
Yeah, and that's where, you know, you
Things
say
even out, don't they?
refs are going to miss stuff. Every game, almost every play, to be honest. They're human. No, really, they're going to miss stuff, but at the end of the game, as long as it kind of averages out.
Yes.
So, you know, that's kind of one of those things. Yeah, maybe the ref missed the one, and then the ref didn't try and make up the last call. She thought Laya Palau reached in and fouled, and you know, so that's just the way kind of the dice roll.
I will say that sometimes I do think that the refs are out of this world.
In a good way or a bad way.
But I think they do a great job. No score since 7-3 remains third quarter, so it's coming up on 3 minutes. It's about 2.5 minutes.
Yeah, but they're only down small.
Yeah, they've kind of kept it in that.
So they don't score, but they obviously do a good job of limiting Spain's chances and scores as well.
I kind of wondered what might happen. I mean, we're seeing Hungary obviously play seemingly with more confidence, more conviction tonight. They look better than the Czechs did in the previous game. But that doesn't necessarily translate the fact that Hungary's going to play better the next game. And the Czechs it's a much-needed jump shot to kind of stop the dry spell there. And if you remember who would have picked Spain to have won the third place game, for example, in 2010? There's Cruz and hits the three-pointer, and suddenly starting to look very MVP-like.
You know, she's a great player, and she's going to shoot if she's open. And they have left her open.
2 shots. Two free throws coming. The point that I was trying to make was I just remembered, because it was Spain back in 2010 here in the Czech Republic. They got walloped by the USA 106-70 in their semifinal. And Belarus probably should have beaten the Czechs in their semifinal, or you could just say they were incredibly unlucky to lose that one in overtime.
Yeah.
So you would think that then.
Well, and who did the Czechs have then?
Huh?
Who did the Czechs have then?
They had all of their good players. Great
They
players.
had their famous.
But what I'm trying to say is, in the Belarus, after that great performance in the semifinals, came out and played terrible in the battle for bronze. Oh, look at that. Is that Sanchez?
Is that her first basket?
Yes, it is. A little sideways shot. Little, wasn't even a jump hook. What was it?
I think it was an accident. But those are her first EuroBasket points. Oh, and one.
They're going to count it.
You know, Sancho Little is tall, and she makes Sancho Little look like a guard.
She does.
She does.
Oh, so they're not going to count that? Or are they? They haven't registered the points yet. I thought they had counted it. Watch this. Okay, I guess they didn't count it.
Oh, I thought it was an M1.
Nice. I think that with Hatar's, they haven't really totally exploited her height. They haven't utilized it. I think maybe she can bring it a little bit more. They don't go for it.
Yeah, you know, she's young. She hasn't had a lot of experience. I mean, she's played in the past, but not big minutes. So I think they're still finding out how to play with her.
And now Sancho Little turns it over. If you're Spain and you have designs on winning this tournament, you don't necessarily start the tournament playing your best basketball. Or do you want to start your best tournament playing your best? Or do you want to grow in the tournament?
I mean, if you can maintain your best, yeah, absolutely, you play your best. But the most important thing is to improve, is to get the wins even if they're ugly.
Simone is way off target there. And she gets it back to Fegrenecki. Interesting way to look at it. Fegrenecki at the line, hits another jumper, gets it back to 10 points. She's starting to heat up a little bit now. There's a two.
She is, but are you surprised with 15 years EuroBasket experience?
No, but I mean, she was just quiet. Dominguez takes the three.
But Hatar doesn't even really look to post up.
No, she doesn't. And it almost looked like that was an alley-oop pass by Hatar. But the ball didn't hit anything, so it bounces away. And Roxani shares a laugh with Simone.
You know what? At least they're having fun.
Yeah, exactly.
But I think being down 10 right now to Spain, you're feeling pretty good about your performance.
Yeah, exactly. Now, Svitek wants an explanation because he felt like the first
hit the rim?
hit the rim, yeah. And maybe he's asking him to review it, but I don't think they can they?
Is it like the NBA where it's a 2-minute rule?
Yes. Here's Laura Gill, puts it up, and again, she makes those plays. They need a play.
And her game isn't pretty, but she really, I think she's a coach's dream. She does everything that you want. She does. She sets hard screens, she plays hard defense, she boxes out. I mean, there's a reason why statistically she doesn't really look like a great player out there, but she plays, and Lucas Mandela really trusts her.
You simply cannot make all of your judgments based on stats, can you? And you also need to pick players. Oh, look at this. They've whistled Svitek for a technical, so Dominguez, he was already frustrated by that previous trip down the floor. And I've got mixed feelings about this technical because his team is playing well. They're playing relaxed. And you don't want them all of a sudden to lose their concentration.
Yeah.
Because he's lost his.
You
On
know,
the other hand, you can see why he's frustrated.
you can see why he's frustrated, and sometimes when a coach gets a technical or a player gets a technical, it motivates the team.
Yeah.
And they get mad also, but mad in a good way. Or, like you said, it could be a negative thing.
Well, Dominguez missed, so Spain came away with no points there.
You know, imagine Dominguez made her basket and then they hit a 3. That's a 4-point technical.
Yeah.
That does not motivate a team.
Look at Laura Gill
Again. And that was against a point guard.
Wow, that is a bad mistake. Laura Gill showing again and again and again why she's almost a lot for this Spanish team. Oh boy. I think certainly Spain can shift into a higher gear.
But, you know, I mentioned before the game when we were talking about a little bit about how this game was going to go. I said Spain. Oh, I didn't even see that, did you? It was off the ball foul.
No, I think it was.
I was busy watching Dominguez dribble.
Was it not on Dominguez?
No, it was on the other side of the court. Yeah. So we were talking earlier that Spain has the ability to play with the elites, but they can also play down to the level of the teams that they are playing against as well. And maybe that is what's going on today.
She fouled Roxania. So you're saying that they might play down to the level, but that's, you don't want to take anything away from Hungary.
No, not at all.
They played very well. Okay.
So I'm not sure if Torrens knows the shot. Okay, she does. She looked like she wanted to go for a fast break there, and then all of a sudden, oh.
She's just going to hold it. Dominguez has it, meanwhile, loses her feet. And a block called on Vanderstreet.
Well, you know, they're going to get the ball back.
Yeah, but the bad thing is that she thinks Dominguez is fine because she just missed a free throw.
That's a tough one. You know, you're playing hard defense. Dominguez kind of loses her footing, but it was just like Laia Palau got called for that ball.
Yes, it was. Yeah. I think the referees love us.
Yeah.
Don't you? They love us. We point out that maybe it wasn't a great call, but then we explain, listen,
how they miss things.
We're all human. We're all out of this world.
I'm not sure if they love me more than the players.
I'm sure you had a few choice words in your day. Oh, wow. So Dominguez, so that was actually turned out to be a good foul.
It was.
If they can make
now
it
they can get a good shot, maybe?
Oh, she turned it over. How did they not call that? It looks completely like she palmed it, or did they just rule that she lost control of it? 43-31, Spain on top of Hungary with 10 minutes remaining. See the shooting numbers. Hungary now 1 of 6 from 3. So as you look at some of the highlights, Hungary still hanging around Spain. Maybe your point is correct about sometimes not playing at their best when they're not going up against a team that you consider to be the best. But
Spain rises to the occasion.
They've come out and played how they want to play.
Yeah, absolutely, and I think they're doing a great job. 43 points for a very offensive-minded team like Spain, who has firepower in Alba Torrens. You know, you have Sandra Little, who can go up. You have Anna Cruz, who is your MVP pick. So clearly you have people who can score. Marty Chargai, who I'm not sure has even attempted a shot yet, which is rare because you look at Marty Chargai and she's a shooter. How come she hasn't shot today? So I don't know if they're just, I don't want to take away from Hungary because I think Hungary have executed their game plan.
Yeah. The important thing is, well, they've got 10 minutes remaining, so they've still got time. And the question is, can Hungary turn it up a notch? They've done a great job of keeping it close. Now, Svitek is going to go probably with his top lineup here, bring Krivacevich back with the 4 fouls. And they're going to go for it. And I wouldn't be surprised if Laudergill gets out here and gets Krivacevich to get another foul. She might get her strapping out there. Bekranecki. Raksani is the shot clock winding down, and Hungary took an awful shot that time.
Yeah, you know, credit Spain's defense as well.
Laudergill inside. And Sanchez getting a lot of minutes tonight. So Coach Mandela wanted to get a good look at Sanchez, see what she could bring to the table.
I do also think, you know, when we watched Turkey play, we saw how many minutes Albin played for them. I think Lucas Mondello knows that this is a tough tournament and you have a lot of games in a short amount of time, and I think he's trying to make sure that he doesn't overplay too many people.
And we could see Leticia Romero, for example, start. I would not be surprised to see her start tomorrow and play the whole game.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised either.
So foul called. She drives. There's Vandersloot. And bumped by Silva Dominguez.
You know, Hungary's staying aggressive. They're not really backing down. You know, Vandersloot plays against the best people in the world in Turkey, but I'm really impressed. And you know, another thing you have to point out too is Spain had 9 fast break points in the first half. They still only have 9 points in fast break. So Hungary, oh, as I just spoke.
Laudergill, unbelievable. Behind the back pass by Alba Torres. Showtime. She's trying to showtime it. And she gave a little inadvertent elbow to Krivacevich. Sanchez picks up a long one. But you know, Laudergill reached in and committed that, or came up with that steal. She's got a nice line tonight.
And you know, she plays in Salamanca, and like you said, she's not this enormous stats player. Oh, she just got called for a moving screen.
But incredible. She's got 2 points.
But she
rebounds.
Statistically, you don't love her. But if you watch the game that she plays, there's a reason why she plays so much for Spain. There's a reason why she plays 20 minutes in Salamanca on a EuroLeague team. And coaches love her.
Yeah.
It would be exciting right here if you kind of saw Vandersloot say, okay, you know what, I want to try and take over this comeback, which I think she's very capable of doing.
Well, if she's going to do it, now's the time to do it. Simon puts up a 3, short, online but short. 12 points for lead for Spain. Try to take it up to 14 or 15. Romero's in the game, by the way, 20. So the Seminole has come into the game. Lau back in the game as well. She's got it, and she hits it to Romero. And Vandersloot called for the foul.
think that's her second sort of tripping type foul, which is just, those fouls are rough to swallow.
Yeah.
But you know what? When that happens to you and you get tripped,
That's 4 fouls now.
you want the foul called.
Yeah, absolutely.
But you know, coach is going to leave her in there.
And Algill this time raises, that's the kind of game she plays, and really can kind of bring that out.
And you know what? If a player did that against her when she's playing on defense, she's going to sell it as well. So
Watch this.
you know, yeah. Did Krivasevich sell it? Absolutely, but you don't think the Spanish players sell their calls that they get?
They do. Trying to see, Vandersley definitely has 4 fouls now. So she gets it back to Krivasevich, feet set, but this time long, and interesting tap out.
Yeah, I think she thought there was more people, more red jerseys around when she took that out.
Inside it goes, Krivasevich quickly turns and scores. I'm impressed by her. I mean, she's really improved her game the last several years.
Yeah, she has. And you know, in the qualifiers.
Oh, nice dump, but the finish wasn't there from Jargai to get the ball back. Palau. And Palau right to the target, but that's what were you saying, the qualifiers for
Yeah,
Krivasevich?
sorry. Krivasevich averaged 17 points and 6 rebounds in the qualifiers. So you know she can score.
But she's doing it tonight against Spain. So
But these Spanish girls know who she is because she plays in Salamanca.
nice three from Leticia Romero.
You know what?
All of a sudden, Spain have opened up a 15-point lead.
That's what young players can do. They can sit on the bench for over 30-some minutes of game time, come in and knock a three.
This is when you know you're good. You got a player of that quality who doesn't get into the game for the 4th quarter. Yes, Krivasevich is a teammate of Algill.
So they know each other really well. They know each other how both of them can maybe flop at times.
Look at the 3-point shooting and the 2-point shooting.
Yeah, it hasn't been the prettiest game offensively for either team. So, you know, maybe sitting around all day waiting for an 8:30 game, that's tough. You know, the anxiety builds the longer you have to wait for a game, especially the first game of, you know, an enormous tournament.
Very excited. Very excited all day. Pulse will be turning in bed the night before. I can't wait to start.
Can't wait, and then you have to wait, you know, a whole 12 hours probably since you've had breakfast.
What do you want to do? Do you want to go and watch the other games, or do you just want to?
Well, you know the Spanish siesta, that's for sure. After lunch, they siesta. Yeah, maybe you follow a couple other games, but I think you're more concentrating on your game and what's coming up.
Krivasevich was in the ring but came out. Now quickly up ahead of Torrens. Oh, nobody's better. She doesn't finish. And now Fekranecki. There's a chance for Hungary maybe to run, but Leticia Romero has slowed up her progress. And Fekranecki puts up a jumper and is fouled by Leticia Romero.
She's come off a high ball screen to her right hand 3 times and made 3 jumpers. You know if she's coming off right, she's going to want to try and get into her jump shot.
I have to say, I mean, I don't have much problem with Romero there. I mean, she was playing, hustling back. She stopped her progress.
You know,
the only fault was she wants to get a hand in the face, and she just got up a little bit too close.
Maybe you could have asked your big to stunt hedge a little bit longer, but, you know, it was a good shot. It was a great make.
And here they are. They get it right back to 12 points, the deficit. Jargai for three. That was on line, and yes, indeed, it was good. Marta, Jargai.
She says, finally.
She has not had her best game offensively. It's funny how you can get into, if you go into the doghouse on Mondello, you're only in there for about a minute, and then you're back in the game. Nice pass inside
The whole defense looked at where Vandersloot's eyes went, and that was to the right, and then she just laid it for her post player.
Another foul. I think where Spain probably have the better team in the competition is that they will have as many as 3 and sometimes 4, as is the case right now, players that can go one-on-one or kind of create, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, create their own shot.
Jargai, and this time, and look at Laia Palau. She's trying to claim that she got pushed. I don't think so.
You know, if she did, I don't think it was a hard push.
No.
She could have had the ball. I'm not really sure why she didn't
Laia,
go after it.
You're a legend, and that's why we're going to allow you to complain like that. We don't care.
You know what? We can't say anything bad about Laia this tournament because this is the last time we're going to get to see her play for Spain.
That's right. Let's not talk about this. We might get emotional. She might have to come back by popular demand. Now, Vandersloot misses. And here, this is where Torrens is off to the races. She's going to take it. She's going to pass it to Romero. And back to Nichols. And Torrens comes out and strokes it. That's what I call A-star by Torrens. I mean, what can you say about that? That was ridiculous.
I mean, this is when Spain is dangerous. When they play like that, when they move the ball like that. Everyone on there is a threat to score threes, to score twos, to take it to the basket. They're dangerous.
And what does Mondello do? He takes out the player who just made the best play in the second half. He doesn't want to show too many of his cards.
He doesn't. And, you know, like I mentioned earlier, you have a possibility of 6 games in 10 days. So you think about that as a coach as well.
Kulichevich back at the line. Continue to be impressed by her. Kulichevich. She's now got, I think, 11 points, 4 rebounds, and steal and a block. She does have 3 turnovers.
So, you know, it's still only 14 points, but for some reason it seems like a lot more right now. I don't know if it's just the momentum of the game, the speed. I think Spain is just doing what they want to do. They're just missing a lot of shots still. Mismatch inside. Uh-oh. Sancho's come up limping a little bit. Oh, I think she might have just got kicked in her shin. We don't wear shin pads in basketball. That's soccer. Football, as they call it here in Europe.
So Sancho Little with Spain comfortably ahead, I think, 54-40. And looking, I suppose, when you consider that Serbia, okay, maybe they're missing Milica Davidovic and they have a new coach, but they come in as the defending champions and they lose on opening day. And you got Spain that show up here, and I wouldn't say it's been easy, but
no, it hasn't been pretty. 16. You know, either they've been off and Hungary's done a good job on defense to keep the score like it is.
Look at that. More evidence that Hatar has a big future for Hungary.
She really does.
Little left open. Bricks it. And a jump ball is going to be called. And short guy. The short guy for her trouble is going to have a few bumps and bruises tonight.
Can we just talk about my MVP pick and what she's done tonight?
Yes.
15 points, 9 rebounds, 23 minutes, 23 and a half minutes, 7 for 7 from the free throw line.
70 or 7?
From the free throw line.
No, 70?
7 for 7.
Oh, 7 for 7. Oh, sorry. So what are you suggesting?
I'm just saying maybe I picked it.
She's looking like she wants to make up for lost time after missing out on the Olympics.
I think it really hurt her missing out on Olympics. You know, and they missed out in 2012.
Did you just jinx her on that jump shot? Look at Romero. That's right. She didn't get, so she hasn't been to
She has not been to an Olympics, exactly.
So maybe that's in the back of her mind. She wants to go to Tokyo. And don't forget, Spain are hosting the World Cup next year. And a nice rebound, so she'll get to play presumably that. She's taken. There's Sancho Little hustling the floor.
You know, you talk about Tokyo, and Sancho Little's 34 years old. So she'll be 38 in Tokyo. I'm not sure, and you know, she had a great replacement last year. Unfortunately, she went down with a broken foot that occurred during, you know, the WNBA season before she met up with Spain.
Yeah.
And who did they bring in? Astu Endor, who's been with the program, who has grown up in Spain, who understands the system. Mondello trusts her. She did a great job pairing up with Laura Nichols in the post. She's tall.
Beautiful move by Vanderbilt.
So Spain has another post player, another naturalized post player to go to if Sancho says, you know what, not sure at 38, I'll be around for Tokyo.
Right. Although nothing we've seen tonight suggests that she won't be. Nice shot. Nice turn. Jarguy with 5 points. It's been a close game all night, but they've been able to push the lead up to 16. So I think it's been a really intriguing first day here. And I think we saw some really good things out of Italy. I think we saw some really good things out of Turkey and from Ukraine. And I think from Spain and Hungary, we pretty much knew Spain would be good. We've seen some good things out of them, but we've also seen some good things from Hungary. So there were some positive things from the Slovak Republic as well. So all in all, you know, I think there's a lot of things that are undecided.
Yeah, and you know what's going to be even more exciting is the games tomorrow. Because those teams that are have lost today, their games tomorrow are that much more important. And I think you're going to see some teams come out with an energy, a desperation, knowing that they have to win. They have to get a win. And you don't want to wait until the last group game to try and get that win.
And it's going to be so interesting that I might just spend the night here. Because we've watched 4 games today. I'm not sure the legs are going to get me home after this. Nice turnover up to Vandersloot.
She's all alone.
Guess what? They cut it back to 12.
They're not going away easily.
Nice play by Vandersloot. Nice resilience shown by Hungary. And I think there's what's good about this as you look at the replay is that they do have a certain joy in their game.
Mm-hmm.
They have a certain happiness in their game.
Yep.
And, you know, that's what you want to see if you're the coach and if you're the fans and if you're the players. If you come out and play for the national team, you want to have a good time. I mean, you're spending your summer playing for them.
Yeah, you know, playing for your national team is the elite level. Like, that's what you want to do. That's where you want to be. And it should be enjoyable.
A ver, la diferencia de puntos es importante.
Oh, listen to
Por lo
this. He's
tanto,
talking
no
about the
sabemos
points
lo que puede
difference.
play this.
It's important.
Chris, set the screen on Tiana. Bet this. Go here. Tiana, let's go. Like this. Best. It is best shot.
I guess Svitek speaks in English, not only because of Vandersmith, but because he's Slovakian. Not as opposed to, yeah.
Who?
Svitek, the coach.
Oh, yeah.
So he talks to the teams in, for the most part, in English.
But you know what? Hungary, especially, all their players play either Euro Cup or Euro League.
Right.
So they're used to playing with foreigners and players from, you know, other countries, and the common language is English, right?
Yeah.
So all these women on the floor right now know English very well.
Cruz comes in, and Little gets another rebound. After her steps, and now the baseline, and the ball goes out of bounds. Interestingly, coming into the game for Spain as well, number 22, Conde. So she might get a look, Maria Conde. And the jump shot is no good. I'll tell you what. Good games all the way around in the other groups. I hesitate to say this because I don't want you to leave us, but Slovenia leading France 57-55. So it's all very interesting.
Yeah, I'm not sure many people would have imagined that score.
But before that, I mean, earlier in the day, we saw Belgium, who've made it back to the EuroBasket Women for the first time in a long time. They beat Montenegro.
By two.
By two. So Dominguez has had some struggles at the line tonight, but she makes that one. And we've also seen Greece beat Serbia. I gotta tell you, I have a lot of love for Greece. I will never forget watching what unfolded in 2009 with Nina Maltzy, how terrific that whole team was.
Yeah.
So it's great to see some of those players, including Maltzy, back.
And you know, we're talking about legends of Spain and Laia Palau.
Absolutely.
Maltzy is a legend in Greece. She's gonna go down as a Greek god, actually, for women's basketball.
She was the EuroBasket MVP, the EuroBasket Women MVP in 2009 when they finished 5th. So that's how remarkable she was in that tournament. And
the Olympics, 2004.
They made it to the World Cup, 2010 with that. And Laura Gill, now they will convert it. Ball goes out of bounds. 42.4 seconds remaining.
So, you know, coach here might go for you call it a 2-for-1. So you have 42 seconds left on the clock. He might go for a quick basket here, knowing that, you know, even if Spain goes down and uses 24-second clock, you're still going to have another shot. So, like we've talked about every game so far, points do matter.
And we heard him talking about it in the last bubble. He's like, listen, points difference. He's not taking anything for granted.
You come here, and in this moment when she passes,
or maybe, I'm not sure that he thinks that he's going to need points for points difference, but I think he's trying to communicate to his players that this is something that you have to bear in mind.
Yeah, you have to think about it at a competition like this.
I mean, how about you guys? You guys always talk about it? Points difference?
Oh, absolutely. It's something, you know, maybe you don't think about as a player when you're playing, but every time out, the coaches are reminding you, and they're saying, hey, points difference, you know. But you want to take good shots.
Yeah.
You don't want to turn the ball over because you're trying to get points if you're up, of course. You know, winning is the most important thing. After that, it's the point spread. So you still want to take good shots. You don't want to force shots. You don't want to turn the ball over just because you're so concerned about having a larger point spread. But, yeah, it's something you think about.
I like it. And I like that system that every point matters because it forces you to play the 40 minutes.
Yeah, it really does.
So Fegranecki, and she's hit a few jump shots from there. Now, this doesn't looked good. Looks like a little bit of a stinger over there for Conde. I know she's been
I think
hit on the arm.
her shoulder out? I think her shoulder might be out.
Man, that is the worst thing. You don't want to see that.
And a young player.
Oh, man.
I think she's only 20 years old, 19 years old. Ooh, I don't really want to watch that.
Okay.
It's okay, so she seems a lot better right now.
Yeah, let's hope so. I don't want anything to happen ever, but it seems to be a little bit of coming into the game late, first time. Born in Madrid, another Florida State player. Okay. What do you think about that? Oh, Florida State does have the pipeline. That's incredible. Get some of those to play for the Tar Heels.
Or the Utes in Utah.
Yeah, that's right. That's where you played. So, Krivicevich with 5 fouls leaves the game. I think overall, she had a solid performance tonight. Krivicevich, 11 points, 4 rebounds.
And, you know, she was going up against Sancho Little, who is a very good defender.
That's right.
I think those are great points. You know, she stepped out, hit the 3 the one time.
Spain trying to get some points here right at the end of the game. Pump fake, Dominguez puts it up. And Fedronecki's shot is not quite good enough, but folks, Spain have won it 62-48. And you know what? It's been a great contest. Hungary really coming out and showing us that they've got some potential, and that's exciting.
You see Laya Palau there celebrating.
Well, every game for her here is going to be important. It's going to be an emotional one. And she knows she's calling it a day. You see the stats?
Not a beautiful offensive performance by either team.
No. But I was intrigued by the approach by Hungary, and it was interesting watching. It was interesting watching Mondello tonight, how he was managing his rotation. And see the 9 steals from Spain, but also 7 for Hungary. Hungary obviously with the 19 turnovers, and those are we talked about it, those are the things you can't do against Spain to have a realistic chance of winning, is turning the ball over. You've got to hit some shots. Krivicevich ended up leading them in scoring with that 11 points. And I think tonight, boy, I cannot wait to watch Hungary and the Czech Republic. And boy, if you're a Czech fan right now, you are very nervous about your team's prospects, because this Hungary team is dangerous. Vandersloot had the 4 steals, Krivicevich with the 4 turnovers. And that is Conde, and hopefully she's going to be okay. She's, as they like to say, not much meat on those bones, and sometimes that might contribute to it. But look at Little. I mean, you could have a physique like hers and still break her ankle like she did last year. But Spain, they get off on the winning note, trying to get back to the podium for the 3rd consecutive FIBA EuroBasket Women. Remember, they won the title in France. That was back in 2013. And don't forget, they got 3rd place a couple years ago. Last year, they got to the podium of the Olympics, silver. So they want to keep the good times rolling. To get a medal for them, hugely important. And for Hungary, it's an exciting prospect to see them have some good minutes tonight. I mean, be very competitive for really the whole 40.
I think they were very competitive, and I think they can take away a lot of very good points from this game that they can do and use tomorrow as well. You know, like you already said, tomorrow is going to be a huge game for both those teams. And, you know, I'm sure the Czech coach was somewhere in the stadium today watching this going, Hungary is not going to be easy. They're not going to bow down. We need to be ready for them. We need to be prepared. And you know, if I was Hungary right now, I'd be very proud of our performance.
So I think at the end of the day's play, we've got winners. We started out with a Group B action. Italy getting off on the winning note. They won 80-60 over Belarus. And then we had Turkey in Group B. That was a Group B game, Italy. Turkey also 1-0 in Group B. They won 69-58 over Slovakia. Then in Group A, we saw Ukraine come out and pull off maybe a mild surprise, winning 59-47 over the Czech Republic.
Mild surprise. You know, I think the Czech team didn't play up to their capability.
Yeah.
But you saw an excellent first half from Ukraine.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely excellent first half. And that's the reason they won.
Yeah.
You know, they were able to weather the storms in the second half when the Czech made their runs, but it was really all based on the first 20 minutes for Ukraine.
And then tonight we watched Spain win 62-48 over Hungary. So Spain and Ukraine are top of Group A at 1-0. Hungary and the Czech Republic, of course, they play tomorrow night. They will go into that game 0-1. So the pressure on those teams. Also, we've got France right now under a little bit of pressure against Slovenia. Slovenia's women, you should probably say, going for the most important win in their history, really.
Slovenia?
Yeah.